Please welcome on to the show, defensive end, the trap walker, John Morgan III. John, how you doing this afternoon?
Good, man. Good, man. Happy to be on with you guys.
Absolutely, we're happy to have you. So we'll kick things off with something that we ask most of our guests on the Pitt football team. How did you end up in Oakland, and why did you choose the Pittsburgh Panthers coming out of DeMatha High School?
I mean, it wasn't. It's not a heartfelt story. In high school, I really wasn't. I was playing football like my 10th, 11th grade year, and I remember like it was yesterday. Coach Partridge came to the school, and he brought me. He sat me down. I said, let me ask you a question. He said, what's your aspiration, stuff like that. I said, I want to go to the league. I want to play in the NFL, stuff like that. He was like, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you come here, you're not gonna start as a freshman. He said that was the first thing he told me off the jump. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, 17-year-old kid, I'm like, start as a freshman. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna go here. I'm trying to play right now. But then like later in the recruiting process, he used to tell me, like, listen, he's like he had a set out plan. Like if you come in at this point, 3 years from now, you'll be at this. And then 5 years from now, you'll get ready to go to the NFL. And like looking at it now, 5 years back, I'm like, wow, like he lined out my whole career from the months he first met me when I stepped foot in the bathroom. And ever since then, like that was the first. After he told me that, I fell in love. And then I came to Oakland, to the city, and it felt like home to me. Like it felt like a home atmosphere. So ever since then, it was a wrap. It was like a Cinderella story. I fell in love and I committed in June, and it was over after that.
Can you tell when coaches are BSing with you while they're recruiting you? And I guess that's another reason why you like Coach Partridge. He tells it like it is. He's a straight shooter.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going through the recruiting process in high school, you can definitely tell when coaches will give you like false smoke and stuff like that. And you can definitely tell the coaches that I really like that would set it straight. Like I said, Coach Partridge, when that came in and set it straight, like he said, I'm not going to blow you any smoke. He said, I'm not going to tell you, oh, you're this great player. Oh, we need you. He was like, to be honest with you, he was like, honestly, he's like, if you look at our roster right now, we got this. This what they had: Dwayne Hendricks, James Folston, Pat. They had Weaves. So I'm like, why am I about to come here and I got 5 guys ahead of me? He was like, but if you look at, all these guys will have opportunity to go to the NFL in the next couple of years. So why wouldn't you come with this is about to turn into a D-line factory? And I took his word on it. As you see now, we've been putting guys in the NFL ever since.
So with how stacked the D line is, and I mean we've seen it the last couple of years, they're able to rotate 10 deep along the front four.
Yep.
Is it difficult or frustrating ever to be in such a heavy rotation, or do you appreciate the opportunity to get a breather every once in a while, and then you can come in and give 100% on every single play with fresh legs?
Right. I mean, I definitely think it's a blessing. I mean, there's a lot of guys in college football that go into games have to play 60 snaps a game. And we're fortunate that we have the depth that we can only play 30, so we can give in those 30 reps our full max effort. And I mean, I actually like it better because I feel like just D-line and our culture, we feed off each other. So like it's plays like when Kalaj will make a big play or Haba make a big play or Dez, we'll come to the sideline and go, all right, this is going in next. Okay, y'all tell me what y'all did on the field. I got that play. So it's kind of like back and forth. And we're at all times we're all ready to go. So I definitely feel like having the opportunity to rotate a lot like that definitely is a benefit to us for sure.
So I was watching some tape from the UCF game back in 2019. I remember you making a few plays in that game. Haba, Eric Hallett, all these guys were playing a lot of snaps in that game. Now we're looking 3 years later, and you guys are all still here with the program. What's that consistency? That rapport you guys have built with each other. How have you seen that kind of help all of you grow over the past few years?
It's definitely helped a lot. Like I want to say that 2019 season, like we kind of like came as a group, like our class was like, man, listen, like we have a special opportunity. We set it out. We're going to win it. We're going to try to win the championship because of course, nobody knew what COVID was going to happen. So we was going to try to win the championship in 2020. COVID happened. It was like, listen, 2021 is our time. Like we're going to be seniors. We're going to be the top dogs on campus. We're going to be the guys people are looking up to. And it's not an opportunity to take that next step. And now looking back from 2019 to now, it's like, man, time has flew. And I feel like we've got one of the tightest bonds in college football, honestly, because we all know our strengths and weaknesses, and we all make sure we put ourselves in position to help each other out, make plays. And I love those guys. I can't wait to run out on September 1st with those dudes, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's nice to see as a fan too, because you get a little glimpse of the John Morgans and the Haba Baldonados once those guys ahead of them, and now it's your time, you're ready, and you've taken those steps. Something I noticed was in the spring game.
Yeah.
You basically wrecked that game. What was that like?
I
felt bad for the offense.
You weren't letting them breathe.
That game, I honestly, I felt like, because it had been a long time since I was actually playing Heinz Field. So I'm like, new season coming up, backyard brawls renewing. Like, I'm trying to and my whole purpose of that game, I was like, I have to give the fans something to latch on to, so they look back okay, in the spring game, we seen John Morgan go out and have 6 sacks. So I know I'm excited to see what he's going to do on September 1st. I wanted to give him something like a teaser, whatever the case may be. And I definitely think I did that. I think I completed my goal when it came to that.
Did any of the coaches tell you to maybe dial it back a bit, give the offense a chance, let the offense at least try?
I think I want to say it was a play that were going towards the scoreboard, and I might have ran too close to Keaton. And Coach Narduzzi came to me. He said, listen, man, I'm telling the offense, watch out for 6, 6 on the right side. It was plays. He was telling them what side I was on, make sure y'all slide to 6. Don't let them come free. And I said, Coach, there's nothing you can do. I'm like, you can tell them to slide him. You can tell them to chip block me, bring a tight end. I'm like, Coach, there's nothing. I'm telling you, there's nothing. He's like, but listen, man, listen. He's like, we're going to see it on film. We're going to see it. I'm telling you, Coach, I was like, they keep letting me go on block. It's going to be a long day. I'm telling you right now. So it was definitely a couple of those plays out there, definitely because Narduzzi.
We kind of have a bone to pick with you about that, because we were expecting, the spring game to be this big display and really give us a good look into what the offense was going to look like next year. And we came together to record the show, and we were like, do we have anything to talk about? Morgan and Haba and Cansey were just in there before any play could develop, and we just didn't get to see what the offense is going to look like this year. So we're a little bit angry at you. We thought we were going to have a lot to talk about, and we just barely touched on the spring game that we had been building up for weeks.
It's bittersweet.
It's bittersweet. All I guess, going through spring ball, going against those guys, going against Izzy, Rodney, Vic Carter, Marcus Meyer, honestly, it's definitely, compared to last year, it's a culture shift. I feel like last year was definitely I want to say, looking onto NFL offenses now, last year was more your pro style offense. But this year, honestly, watching spring ball film compared to NFL film, we really look very similar to a 49ers offense, Green Bay Packers, 2 tight ends, zone downhill, offensive line is moving bodies. It's been times when Coach Signetti first got here, the first week of spring ball, the defense didn't know what to do. We were like, what is going on? Because we were so used to bring it out wide. We're going to throw the ball all day, rush the passer. But you line up 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, and you're running downhill at your head. You're like, oh, this is a whole other ball game. So it took us some time to really adjust. And I think that's the one thing Pitt fans have been waiting on, a downhill run game. We can run the ball, and then take it deep. And I think definitely this year, it's going to be surprising on September 1st when we come out in that. I don't think they're going to be ready for that. Izzy and Rodney and BD, all those guys. DC now, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day on September 1st for those boys. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, Dan Carter's looking like Coach Signetti's shiny new toy after that spring game.
He's definitely secret weapon, secret 40. Yes, indeed.
Well, it's interesting. So just to clarify, we should be anticipating a ground and pound, smash mouth kind of offense this year. But all the talk has been about the quarterback battle. What have you seen from the 2 new leaders in the huddle that are vying for that starting spot come September 1st?
Right. Those 2 guys, they come in every day to work with their lunch pail. It's never a dull day with those 2 guys. Being on the defense side of the ball, I'm really not in the huddle. But just seeing how those guys lead, there's no drop off between the 2. You can plug and play both of them at any point, in any situation, and they're definitely going to reach to those high stages, because it's a competition for those 2. But they're trying to prove to the next man, listen, I was here and you coming in, so you got to show me why you should have an opportunity to come on. You know what I'm saying? So with those two guys, man, it's definitely a battle every single day. They compete there. It's a great friendship between those guys. I love to see it every single day, and I can't wait. I mean, it's only time will tell. I'm excited to see what fall camp's gonna look like because that's when all the marbles on the line. So we're gonna really definitely see who's that guy. But I'm excited. At the end of the day, whoever suits up on September 1st, I'm happy with. At the end of the day, that's all I'm worried about.
We love to hear that. That's a little reassuring. I think we both, or all three of us, have kind of said, we can see either of those guys coming in, and Coach Narduzzi said the same thing. Either of those guys, we can win games with either of them. So I do want to shift. So you brought up September 1st multiple times already, referencing the backyard brawl.
Right.
You, as you haven't been here for a West Virginia game yet. We're reigniting the rivalry here. You're not from Pittsburgh, but do you feel like you personally, and then the team as a whole, gets a sense of like how important that rivalry is?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was like one of the first things my strength coach, Coach Stack, brought up to us. He was like, I know a lot of guys are not from this area, from the Western Pennsylvania area, but this game means a lot. Like coaches have always said, like, it's certain games where if a team wins that one game, that could be their Super Bowl. And he made it known as like, West Virginia could go 1-11, but if they beat us, their season was a success. And like he's trying to drill that in our heads, understand like those guys want what you have. You want a championship, a conference championship. They want that success, and they get to come to Heinz Field, at your home. You're the returning champions. They're gonna do whatever it has to take to knock you guys down any way possible. Like that was like something that he's drilling in our heads a lot, and that's something we hold dear to our heart. Because at the end of the day, September 1st is our first showing coming off as champions to keep that legacy going and keep building up to the next steps.
I don't know if the team has noticed it. I know as 3 Pitt fans who pay attention to every article that's written about Pitt and the preseason polls, everyone's expecting a drop off because Kenny Pickett is no longer the quarterback. Does the team notice that? Do you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, even though you are the returning champs, or is it more that you have a target on your back and everyone wants to get back at you?
No, we don't see it as a target on our back. We also see it as a chip. I mean, at the end of the day, that's Pitt football culture. That's Pitt. We want to be the underdogs regardless if we win 11th, we win a championship. That's just our mindset. We're going in lunch pail, hard work. Last year we didn't do anything. In our minds, we were 0-10 at the end of the day. We were the worst team in ACC. We didn't accomplish anything. So at this point, going through these summer workouts and going through fall camp, we're trying to get to another point. We're just trying to become relevant again in the day. We're in the mindset, nobody knows who we are. We're trying to make people know who we are. So that's our mindset every single day coming into work. Just make sure we can let people know every Saturday, like, this is a hard-nosed football team. We're going to hit you in your mouth every play. We're going to talk our stuff. You're going to know we hit you in your mouth. We're going to just keep, every time that whistle blows, 6 seconds of hell, every single time.
We love to hear that you guys are, treating this like a clean slate and a new opportunity to prove yourselves. So for you specifically going into this year, aside from incorporating that mindset, what have you been doing to improve your game? Is there anything specific you've been trying to add to your game for this upcoming season?
Honestly, I want to say just for me at this point, just being more of a vocal leader. Honestly, I've never been a guy that's really spoke up in the huddle. I try to let, like, during my career, I try to let the older guys do it. At this point, I am the older guy now. So people are going to look to me at points in the game like, John, what did you see? John, could you lend me some assistance on how might I be able to beat this tackle? At this point, it's honestly just sitting down with these younger guys and like bring them along, teaching them my ways of maybe what it is watching film or how I take care of my body throughout the week. It's just different steps that I take that I try to bring along. And at that point, that's my end goal, to win games and bring these young guys along. Because like I said, my time is almost up. So I'm running. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get 7 years like John Patricia. I'm running out of eligibility. So I gotta make sure I get these young guys ready so we can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of those young guys, is there anyone that we might not be thinking of going into this year that you think is going to surprise us?
My first gut is Samuel. Samuel, 1000%. Just seeing when he came in as a mid-year and seeing his progression through spring ball was amazing. Like, he reminded me of myself a lot because he came in already with a predetermined mindset of what his role in the team was going to be. Samuel wants to get after the quarterback. That's all he talks about. John, can we go watch the film? John, can we go on the field and do pass rush drills? Samuel wants to get after the quarterback. So I definitely think Samuel is definitely going to be the guy that you can definitely see a pitch and play guy when it's third down and you need 3rd and 12. Come on, Samuel, let's get in. Let's do it. And Samuel will get to the quarterback. Samuel knows his game. Samuel knows his moves. I mean, I honestly believe Samuel probably is the most flexible defensive lineman I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, he could honestly do it. Like, he could do a full split and like hold it. Like, it's absolutely insane. I've never met anybody like that in my entire life.
Oh, you meant literally flexible. I thought you were saying he could like slide down to D tackle or something.
Or like literally like flexible, like completely flexible. Can do a full split, almost put his foot behind his head. Like, it's absolutely outrageous. Like, rubber band, man, it's crazy.
That would make for a pretty good sack celebration.
Man, if he does that, he might go viral. He might be in a circus only or something like that. He might try to snatch him.
So you think he might be seeing the field? He's a true freshman, right?
Freshman. I honestly think if everything comes to fruition, he has a great summer like he's doing right now, he honestly might have opportunity to play this. I really think so. He's a special player. Like, I can see him in these next coming years being one of those top 15 sack guys, like double-digit sacks back-to-back years. I can definitely see that because coming as a freshman, his work ethic is on a different level. Like, it kind of caught us off guard. He was like, you know, coming in as a mid, you're like, okay, these guys still trying to figure their way out. He already had his plan laid out from the jump. Like, he knew what his goal was to come in as a freshman to do. So you don't see that a lot. So I definitely think that's going to carry him a long way.
Yeah, maybe if he makes an impression early, that might also boost our chances of landing his big little brother.
The big little brother, yes.
Yeah, Samson.
Yes, Big Sam, Pancake Honcho. All the time, man. We try to call him all the time, man. Just give us give us opportunity, man. Just come on.
Yeah, he's a 5-star, which is cool, but I just kind of want someone named Pancake Honcho on our team. That's up there with Trap Walker in terms of nicknames.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
So we talked a little bit about the rivalry with West Virginia. There's another rivalry out there that we don't get to play every year, unfortunately. You sounded off a little bit about it. But what went into those tweets about Penn State, a few weeks ago? I know we were eating it up. So what kind of sparked that?
Honestly, man, it's just I feel like understanding the background of how Pitt and Penn State has been portrayed. Like, people always come in, oh, you guys don't have a stadium. You don't fill out your stadium, this and that. I'm just like, man, at the end of the day, I want a championship ring. Like, filling out stadium was all good and well. You can have 110,000 people, but at the end of the day, when it comes to November championship season, and you playing in Bank of America Stadium in front of thousands of people, and you get to put that pinky ring on that says AC champions, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, I wanted people to understand the main goal in college football is to build your trophy case.
And not with hypothetical attendance trophies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want hardware. I can get a T-shirt that says 107,000 on my back, but you can't buy a ring outside of Beaver Stadium. That ring comes with hard work, and I got that one sitting in the case. So that's always something I can always pull out and say, okay, 107,000. I got this 107 diamonds right here. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Amen to that.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's what we love to hear from our Pitt players. Even if we aren't playing Penn State, you got to understand who the true enemy is.
Yep, 1,000%.
So we'll get back to the Trap Walker talk. Last year, you guys went undefeated on the road, walking everyone's trap, taking over. Is there any traps you have circled this year that you're especially looking forward to playing in?
Yes. Louisville is definitely one. North Carolina is another one. Since I've been here, I've never played in North Carolina. I think we played them my redshirt freshman year at North Carolina. I didn't get a chance to travel that game, but North Carolina is definitely a big one. Like I said, Louisville's another one. And I mean, my biggest game that I've got circled on my schedule is Miami at the end of the day. Miami is the one that's and just my sitting in my room thinking every day. Miami is the thing that's on my mind. It's the last game of the season. We go to Miami, holiday, Thanksgiving. It's gonna be hot, humid. That was the one that once the schedule dropped, that's the one I put in the red mark. I said, that's the game that I need to get my wrench back. That's the one.
I was gonna say they got us last year,
Man.
so they got to put an extra little chip on your shoulder.
Gotta put extra chip on your shoulder.
That could very well be the de facto, ACC Coastal Championship at the end of the year.
Exactly. That game is going to be way more than a lot of conference championships. That one is going to be a big game, and honestly, that one's going to be televised. I can't even lie to you. I think that might get College game day.
Well, if that one's College game day, we're going to be heading down. We're already going to the Louisville game, but that's because their bars are open until 4 a.m. But the Miami one might have a little bit more meaning. I suppose you don't get to enjoy that part of it as much, but still for us.
Yeah, I wish I could, but I wish I could. I wish I definitely could after a big win in an opposing team's territory, go out and wear my trap walker hat and parade through the streets. But we gotta get on that plane back to Pittsburgh so we get ready for Sunday workouts.
Strictly business, we get it.
Strictly business.
So, going off of that, can you give us just a little bit of background of how you started with the trap walker? Just kind of give us the origin story, how it got started out.
So I want to say it was 2020 at COVID season, and like we had just played Georgia Tech. Like I feel bad. Like I love Atlanta as a whole. Like Atlanta's a great city, but like Georgia Tech has just been. We've had the number for a good while. Like in these past couple of years, we played them in Georgia 3 times in a row. So it's like, man, they didn't set the schedule up perfect. But that game in 2020, we had beat Georgia Tech, and we came in the locker room after the game, and they was somebody, I forgot who said it. They was like, man, we just walked in their trap. We walked in their trap. I'm like, walked in their trap. I was like, I like that. That kind of rings a little bell. So I ran over to the speaker, and I looked up. So I said, I typed it on Apple. I said, take over your trap. And the first song popped up was the song I played on my highlight tape. I'm like, okay. So I played it, and I ran and hopped on the locker in the locker room and started dancing, and everybody went wild. So after that, like I posted that on Instagram and Twitter, and people were going crazy. So after I just took the role, I just put on like a superhero cape. I said, from now on, every away game, I told Coach, I just said, after every away game, that's our song. We're gonna go in the locker room, have a party. We're gonna play Walking Trap, Take Over Your Trap. And ever since then, last year we took it on last year as an entire team thing. That was our thing. Like every week away game, our goal was take over their trap. That was it. That was the key to victory. Take over their trap. And it came to fruition. Undefeated on the road. Those definitely were some big road games that we played in. So those were some big ones. Love it.
So you're rocking the Trap Walker gear right now, as our audience will see when we upload this on YouTube. And that's sort of the brand that you have been pushing out through NIL. Have you been seeing some? Well, so actually, part one of the question: where can Pitt fans find and purchase their own Trap Walker gear?
Okay, so the link is in my bio on Instagram and Twitter, and you can definitely click that. It'll take you to a full shop, an NIL shop. That is my NIL agency, ran by Rakeem Vick and PJ Miller. They've set me up perfectly, have me a whole catalog of hats, beanies, hoodies, t-shirts. It's Trap Walker gear, swipe all the way down, different colors, anything to get ready for that first game.
Awesome. So Pitt fans, go check that out. Pretty sweet stuff. And you'd be supporting John Morgan III, who's been holding it down for the Pitt defensive line for 4 years now. Part two of that question would be, have you been getting an appropriate amount of NIL love outside of the Trap Walker gear? And if any of our fine companies that are affiliated with Pitt are listening, what kind of brands and products would you want to align yourself with?
Honestly, anything that could boost both sides. I mean, at the end of the day, I want to use my platform to give people another platform that people might not be able to reach. Because I mean, at the end of the day, college football, the landscape of college football is growing completely. So I'm pitching myself, this is crazy to put me on the spot, but any brand that is open to have me as a spokesperson, I'll definitely be down. I'm a great guy. It's not any specific brands that I would be opposed to working with. I'm open for any type of business. Only business I'm not open with is anything that has to do with alcohol or drugs or any type of solicitive activity. That's it. Outside of that, all doors is open. But at the end of the day, I'm just a guy just trying to make Pitt fans happy. That's all.
Well, we love it.
based on your personality, I never got to talk to you before. We sat down on this Zoom link a half hour ago, but you just tell like the way you carry yourself, share yourself with conversation. You're definitely a great, representation of the University of Pittsburgh. So thank you for that.
Well, appreciate it.
So, I guess this would probably be the last question, unless anyone had any stragglers. But I'm curious. Do you think just seeing us, chest up in Zoom, could the three of us together at once block you?
I highly doubt it. There's no disrespect to you guys, but I mean, I probably highly doubt it. I just thinking of just going against Carter and Gabe Hoy and Ryan Bear, like those are massive guys that you don't really see on a daily basis walking through walking through Shady Side. So if those guys are having a hard time to block me sometimes, they win their battles. There's been days that I've been caught off guard. But if we have a battle with those guys, I don't know if all three guys at one time. I really don't know. I don't know about that.
Most of the three of us combined to be one Carter Warren, so that's a fair point.
Honestly, actually, yeah. If you combined our weight, I don't think we'd be like a Division I offensive tackle. So,
yeah,
we're scrappy.
Yeah.
Told you would get away with it.
I'll say scrappy. You guys might have. If you have great scrap actions, then they might got me. But yeah, I've come across some massive tackles in my time here. So I mean, yeah, definitely.
I do have one more question before we let you go. We asked your fellow defensive line mate, Dayon Hayes, this question, and I'm curious if you have a similar answer. Who would win in a Royal Rumble in the defensive line room?
A Royal Rumble? Wow, that's a good one. First gut answer, I would probably say Haba. I think Haba has a MMA background. I think he'll definitely pull out some moves I haven't seen before. I mean, he's growing up in Italy. His brother's an MMA fighter, so I think he has some different moves that he might mess around and pinch a nerve or something and make somebody go limp. So I don't know what Haba got up his sleeves. Haba's a special guy, so I definitely think if I had to pick somebody, I'd definitely say Haba.
I think that was his answer too.
Yeah, that was also what he said. Yeah. So we have a definitive winner here.
Yeah, Haba's got it.
Well, we like to think that you'd come in a strong second place there.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, John, we really appreciate your time. Pitt fans, go to John. You want to plug your Instagram and Twitter real quick?
Yeah, Instagram is John Morgan 6 __. That's on all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm trying to go TikTok viral. People have been telling me that's the way to go if you want to get bigger NIL deals. TikTok is the new fandom now. So follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll follow everybody back. I want to be as much of a spokesperson for Pitt football as I can.
Awesome. Go like and follow. Check out the Trap Walker gear. And John, best of luck this season. We're really excited to see you guys play September 1st.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Can't wait to see you guys out there.
Hail to Pitt.
Hail to Pitt.
Hail to Pitt.